Ooh, that was kind of loud, not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how I grow these small accounts real quick. I'm gonna go to the charts and I'm gonna break this down. I grew another account to over 170 something percent in like 3 days. It may not seem like a lot for some people. Then for some people that's new, they might be like, holy crap, that's a lot. So I'm gonna go over this real quick and I'm gonna try to get this done before I run out of time on my camera. If not, then y'all will just see the breakdown on the computer and just hear my voice. But okay, let's pull up NZDUSD. I do this with NZDUSD, by the way. It's the cheapest major pair you can trade. And if you trade with a certain broker, kind of look at how much money you would be making per, lot size, per pip, per point, whatever the case may be. For me, with a 0.01, 50 points with a 0.01 is 50 cents. So with that being said, I know in order to make $50, I need to use a standard lot size, and then to make $5, it'll be a 0.1. So I don't know, the point things is a little bit different, but yeah, that's just what that is. Figure out what your broker lot size and contract size or whatever the case may be. Figure out what that is and then go from there. So I have my first of all, when I grow these small accounts, I'm using multiple entries. So I would see a break of a previous wick. And then I will also make sure I'm following whatever trend that we already in. So we've been selling into the USD for a good minute now. We had been ranging, but it started to break out and it started to continue to like sail to the downside a little bit. As y'all can see, we're still pushing down a little. So what I do and what I've been doing, I'm gonna point this out because I've been talking about this lately in my YouTube live streams. If you're new to the channel, by the way, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a live. But here's a wick here. As you can see, this is a previous wick. And once price broke that wick, there was a strong bearish candle to the downside. Price came back and retested exactly where it broke out from and then continued to the downside. So that's all I've been doing on any time frame. All you do is make sure you're following the trend for whatever pair you're trading. And then this is how I've been getting my entries. As far as stop losses, put your stops above previous highs and just go from there. So you could go for something like this. Entry there, stop loss above previous high. If you want to give it a little breathing room, put a little bit higher, but we don't want to see price come back above here. And 9 times out of 10, price doesn't come back above here as long as there's not no crazy news at no random times. And I like to go for 1 to 3s. So, or you could just target previous lows, however you want to do it. There'll be a 1 to 2.1. And then me personally, I go for a 1 to 3. So I would target something like down here in this area here. So, and as y'all can see, price is currently still selling to the downside. So I'm gonna go to price as of right now, and we are currently still selling to the downside. So I missed this entry here, so I marked it up on a daily, and that's why I have this red line and this green line here. So whenever price decides to actually break, which 9 times out of 10 is breaking to the downside, I'm gonna get some sell entries here, and then I'm going to make sure that price does not try to reverse. I'll probably start at 2 o'clock. It's currently 12:28. So I do this during London session, and for the most part it plays out and continues throughout New York session. We've had a lot of news this past week and the week before, so stuff has been all over the place, but it still plays out pretty well. So I'm pretty sure once all the news is over and everything is said and done, this will be a whole lot smoother than what it's been doing, because this was a news candle. We had some news back here at some point too. Like, it was just news back to back to back. So yeah, I just be getting my entries under previous wicks. You can go back and back test this as much as you want. Anytime you see a wick and you get a big bearish candle or a big bullish candle, if you're buying, once it break that wick and close under that, then 9 times out of 10 it's going to continue in that direction. So that's honestly how I've been doing it. Now again, when I get my entries, I have multiple entries. So I have at least 5 entries here, or sometimes I go crazy and like full margin. It'll really be full margin, but it'll be a whole bunch of entries. So I'll let that run. I'll let price drop for the first time. I'll close out some of my entries, let price come back, and then I'll keep one going because I know price is going to retest that area after it breaks. And then once it continues to the downside, I'll see how the market is playing out once it gets to a certain level, and then I'll get out. So yesterday we caught a sale. Can't remember which candle it was. It might have been somewhere around here or this one. It was one of these candles. But anyway, we caught a sale. If you go back to my live stream, you'll see exactly what we got in it. And then price dropped down to here. Once price got here, I told chat that price is in the area where it look like it could potentially reverse and buy back to the upside. And as y'all can see, price dropped back down to this line and reversed completely back to the upside, taking out this previous high and then failing to create new highs. So we got a lower high again. Price came down, came back up, made an even lower high, and now it's continuing to the downside. So what I'm going to see is for price to break below this right here, drop down a little bit, and possibly come back for that retest and continue to the downside, unless it's just clearing off to push back to the upside. So far, I'll be looking at the dollar to compare, and the dollar has been continuing to be bullish. So as y'all can see here, the price is continuing to be bullish. I can mark this off right here right now while we're here to kind of give y'all the idea. So we got this high here, and then we have the low of that candle, and all I do is wait for price to break either or. I'm going to explain that to my chat now. I'm not going to break that down in this video. It's going to take a little bit of time, and I don't have that much time, but I will break that down in chat, and then in my next live I will explain to y'all what I see and why this works. If you know about supply and demand zones, then each and every candle has its own supply and demand zone, because this is the 1 hour time frame. But if you go down to like the 5 minute time frame, you'll see that it made a high and a low as a range here. So price came up, stopped here, bought up here, and so back down. So that is a very, very small supply and demand zone, in my opinion. You don't have to look at it that way, but that's how I look at it. So how we mark off supply and demands on higher time frames. So like this was your supply zone, this was your demand zone. I look at it the same way with these candles. It's just what the candle do with the inside of those from the height of this candle and the low of that candle. If we go down to the 1 minute time frame, you'll see more of that. So price came up, came down, came up, came down, bought up, bought back down, bought up, came back down. So that is a, you know, a little demand supply area, whatever. Once price touched its zone and decided to sell off again, came back, sold off again until it finally broke. So it's the same thing on a higher time frame. So that's all it is to it. Anyway, that's all I've been doing. Again, I have multiple entries in the beginning. Then once price decides to pop down, I will close out some of those trades, let the last one run, and then once it gets close to my target area, if it don't already hit TP, I'll pay attention to what price is doing at that area, and then I will probably manually close just to continue to grow the balance of my account. So again, with that, I ended up growing the account from, I think it was 171%, if I'm not mistaken. So, and there was multiple accounts that I do this with. I do this with all my accounts, honestly, but I had the main account that I'm doing $1 to 50. I don't think I was doing it in that way. I still was getting my entries the same way, but I wasn't trading it that way. I was just getting my entries, letting price do what it do, and I wasn't really paying attention to all that. As I'm going, I'm seeing more and more of how this stuff is actually playing out. So I'm kind of remembering, because I'm doing this like every single day. So it's like, okay, price does this, and then it retests the exact same place that it broke out from, and then it continues. So me personally, to make sure I have a good entry, price is always going to retest that very, very, very precise price, and then drop off from that price if that trend is true and it's want to continue to the downside. So this is a very short video, but I really just wanted to break that down to y'all. I'm gonna go over GBP JPY as well, just to explain how they actually played out. I did catch some of that as well, so we are still good on that. Let me go back to yeah, this is the right one. So price was in this area. If y'all go back a couple of videos, I was anticipating price to come back to this area and then sell down. As y'all can see, it brought back up here, failed to break this high, made a lower high, made a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high low, and ever since then it's been on the downtrend. So this would have been my original entry, but I can't remember what happened. So I ended up getting the entry like way down here, but I think my alert went off, but I just didn't see it or didn't hear it, and then I fucking missed this entry. So we've been catching it below this zone here, and I've been getting the entries in and out here. Last night I called this sellout here. We got in at this price, and then price dropped down here, and I got out because, again, like I said, price will get to an area to where it seems like it's not want to continue to sell down or continue to buy up. And as you can see, price got here, bought back up, came back down, but it started to move sideways. So we're at an area to where price can reverse and buy back to the upside, or price can continue to the downside. But once price start consolidating, then it's a good time for you to get out of your trades, because you have no idea what direction it's wanting to go into. Anything can happen. Anybody could be in the markets. Like, always looking left, you can see that in this zone price bought up from this area. So once price got into the zone again and then failed to make a new low and it bought back up, I was like, okay, cool. So again, I'll be letting chat know that, hey, price is at a certain point where it's wanting to reverse that way. If they do take the trades that I'm calling out, they're not just left in the dark and they're like, hey, what happened to the trade? Like, what's going on? Once you're in the trades and price is in profit, I tell people to move stops into profit, you know, stuff like that, just so they can secure some of the profits that they do get, just in case price does reverse. lately everything has been in the downtrend and the dollar has been very bullish. So again, I'm still going to be looking at this area. This is on a daily that I have this high and low of the candle marked up. So I'm going to be waiting for a clean break of that area. And I'm probably going to get in as soon as it breaks and showing me that it's actually wanting to drop below that. And I get out, price will probably come back. And once I see the actual retest and it's creating a new low, then I'll probably get in again with multiple entries or just a higher lot in general, and then carry it on down to the downside. From where we are, the next major area will be 55 flat. So that's going to probably be my target overall, depending on how this area plays out. So with that being said, man, that's all I got. It's really not much more to it. You know, it's just trust your trades and go from there. But anyway, if you got any questions, concerns, anything like that, comment down below. I have my links to my Telegram, Discord, and all of that in the description. Make sure y'all check those out. And then if you've never seen anything on this channel, go to my previous videos. You kind of see what I've been doing for the past shit. I don't even know how many more videos, but yeah, just go and check it out. But anyway, I will catch y'all in the next one. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Peace.